players. You have Clan VM being represented by Tank 3487 and Clan Han represented by Chosen of the Norns. He's me Vampire Coast. So, Manfred versus Luther Harkin, round one. Okay, here we are. Let's start with our blue player, shall we? Gonna have Black Knights on the right flank. Gonna have some Skeleton Spearmen. And hold on, where was Romulan? I guess he just didn't make it into this lobby, so my bad. I'll have to get him in for the next battle because Romulan the Dog's gonna come co-cast with us. Got 2 Cairn Wraiths. Got 4 units of zombies and 3 Skeleton Spearmen. And did I say 4 or 2? Yeah, so 4 Cairn Wraiths. Interesting. We're going to have some Black Knights on the right and left flank. So only 1 on the left flank, 2 on the right flank. Aside from this, we got some Skeleton Spearmen. We have a Corpse Cart with an Unholy Lodestone. We have a Banshee. We have the Black Coach. And then for the Lord up in the air, we got a Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. Blood Dragon Vampire Lord will be bringing Helm of Discord, as well as Invocation of the Heck, Raise Dead, Manhel's Dance Macabre, and Heart Piercing. Okay, now, miss anything? No, it doesn't look like it. For the Vampire Coast, Rotting Leviathans. We've got 2 Fellbats up in the air. We've got 2 Zombie Pirate Deckhand Mob with polearms in the center. 2 Zombies Pirate Deckhand Mob, the regular ones in the back, one of them being the Tide of Skilled, ROR. Got 2 Rotting Leviathans with some Sirens supporting them. We have just a Necrofex Colossus here, and going to be positioned in the center of this lovely formation. And then for the leadership, we have a Gunnery Wight. Gunnery Wight is going to have nothing on him. Okay, there he is. So he's going to have Scabscrath. Oh my god, why can't I get him? Cacklefruit, Scabscrath, Bomb Throw, and more powder. And then we have also got... There's no one else in there, right? Yeah, so just got Count Noctilus on foot, Captain Roth's Moondial, Wraith Storm, Arcane Conduit, Invocation to Heck, and Raise Dead. You sneaky bastard. Can hardly see you in there. This is a family photo of Noctilus and his bunch. Yeah! He's just so stoked. Okay, so here we go. The battle begins. Very small Vampire Ghost army. I do worry about it. I guess the only artillery they're going to have here is the Necrofex Colossus. So we'll just see what happens. I mean, balance of power is dead even. If anything, maybe slightly in favor of the vampire counts, but I worry that Chosen of the Norns army won't be able to stand up to this. But then again, as I say that, it's like, what anti-large units does this army really have? It has a ton of chaff, but I don't think Black Knights are going to be able to do much. And look at that crazy damage being done by that shot with the Necrofex Colossus, hitting them from the side and just doing ultimate damage. Rotting Leviathan coming out to get on top of them. But now Tank, I think he's throwing away some units here. You know, these Black Knights are not going to be okay in this combat. And you can just see them, the Rotting Leviathans and the Fellbats coming over here and just crushing them. And that's, you know, they're not the most high tier cavalry. They're not crazy expensive, but still a shame to see him thrown away like this. And we'll see what happens, but maybe he was doing it to buy some time. The Cairn Wraiths are diving in now. Sirens in the back line look like they're going to dive in to counter that. And we have ethereal on ethereal combat, people. Rotting Leviathans continuing to just crush these Black Knights. And up in the air, we do see the Vampire Dragon Lord. The Black Coach is starting to dive through the backline of the Vampire Coast forces. But need to be careful here. This Black Coach could get deleted by the Rotting Leviathans if it's not careful. Fortunately for the Black Coach, it doesn't have to worry about like any crabs that are going to pin him in place except for these big ones. And unfortunately, the big ones are more likely just going to chase it from the rear in an attempt at futility. I can't speak right now. Forgive me, chat. Over here, though, look at this. The Blood Dragon Vampire Lord got caught by the Rotting Leviathan. He's taken some pretty serious damage, popping Helm of Discord to debuff it, and it does look like he'll be able to escape now. And the Rotting Leviathans are just going to turn around and start doing some damage on top of the Black Coach. Vampire counts. Oh, there was a second Banshee. So I take it back, guys. There's 2 Banshees in the Vampire Coast army. That's actually a pretty big deal. Count Noctilus over here with his Sirens, doing really good work against the Cairn Wraiths that have come in from the Vampires, or Vampire Counts, I should say. Oh, and and Wraithstorm doing a lot of good work against the Black Coach there. It's crumbling. But Hell's Dance Macabre has been cast on top of it, as well as an Invocation of Nehek. He's going to do his best to bring that thing back to combat effectiveness, but he's sending it right back into the fray, so we'll see what happens. I think he might have gotten ahead of himself sending him in there already again, but Banshee's doing well against the Rotting Leviathans. But the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord needs to be careful there. Was that a bomb getting thrown at him? Oh, good old Necrofex Colossus just looking beautiful as always. Oh, and a summon of zombie pirate deckhand mob coming in from the coast, and now the balance of power is really getting out of hand for the Vampire Counts. The Black Knights, as I mentioned earlier, just really got effectively countered by the Rotting Leviathans. Rotting Leviathans are still very high on health, and I haven't seen too many heals going down on them as of yet. And now they're just going to be able to pull back into the safety of their blobs, and they're just crushing all of the Vampire Count infantry. And the Black Coach is nice, but clearly infantry wasn't the focus of this Vampire Coast build, and the Black Coach won't be doing too much against Rotting Leviathan, so I don't know. We may be seeing this very strange Vampire Coast army take out the Vampire Counts. Count Noctilus doing some good work against the Vampire Bloodlord, or sorry, the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. And he's getting the hell out of there. Oh man, another big hit from Noctilus. Is he going to be crumbling? He's debilitated. Fellbats are diving in. Can the Fellbats keep him on the ground? No, they can't, but they sure can harass him in the air. Gunnery White down on the ground, still firing away. Helm of Discord getting popped once again by the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. Wraithstorm this time getting targeted on top of the Banshees. Some good use of the Helm of Discord here, just flying over the engagements, not diving in, but just flying around, applying that debuff to as many units as possible. Good play here from Tank here and his Vampire Count Lord. Right now I'm looking around, it's just kind of a blob engagement right now. Both players using their Vampire's strength to heal up the blobs. But for me, it's just that the Vampire Coast has the single entity monsters right now. And I don't know though. I still can see the Vampire Counts winning this if there's a mistake made. But as long as he can keep his heals going, he should be okay. But look at this, the Rotting Leviathan here getting an Invocation of Heck, bringing its health back up. But for a while there was taking some very serious damage. Where are you, Count Noctilus? There he is. Count Noctilus still very healthy over here. Just continuing to fight away all these units. Looks like the Black Coach was killed off when I wasn't looking. And the Corpse Cart with the Unholy Lodestone is over here. I would like to see the Coast just turn around and crush this this Lodestone. Get rid of that passive healing. Let's just go in for some close-ups of this undead madness, shall we? Cairn Wraiths effectively taking out the zombie pirates. Rotting Leviathan still fighting away. One of them getting very low on health, though. The Corpse Cart with the Unholy Lodestone finally getting focused down. And the Necrofex Colossus just firing away. Still very high on ammunition. As when it's firing in melee, that doesn't count as actually using ammunition. It's just an attack animation. Let's just say he's using a whiff of grape shot instead of his cannonballs whenever he's fighting up close. As Napoleon would say. There goes an Overcast Invocation of Nehek. Not catching the second Rotting Leviathan. That sucks, but he's definitely catching the one that needed it most. Corpse Cart Unholy Lodestone. Looks like it may be on its last wheel. And the Vampire Blood Dragon Lord has just dived into combat. Oh, he's going to be able to pull out the slippery bastard. But the Vampire Coast leadership is all still here. There's a Gunnery Wight, Noctilus, 2 Rotting Leviathans, and the Necrofex Colossus. I don't think there's really any path to victory here, especially because the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, although a very capable melee lord, he's reached his healing cap. And there's just so much more healing that can go into these Rotting Leviathans. I mean, you can see his healing cap, but that's still a lot to go. And I think this is going to be a GG, so we'll probably be seeing a concession any moment now. And Corpse Cart just getting shot point blank by the Necrofex Colossus. Oh, look at this, a full unit of Skeleton Spearmen coming in. Looks like they may have been forgotten about until the late game, or, as I like to call them, strategic reserves, who are now coming into the fight. Oh no, the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord is debilitated. He's hit critical binding. Needs to get out of that combat, and the balance of power is just doing its work. And I think we're about to see army losses kick in. And a GG to the Vampire Coast. I mean, he does still have 2 Banshees. The balance of power is kooky. It's kooky. Oh, the Gunnery Wight focusing its missiles at the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, as well as the Necrofex Colossus, possibly. And I also want to mention, too, that the Rotting Leviathans do have, like, their crews that shoot from their backs that have probably been doing a lot of damage over time against the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord as well. But he has regained his leadership. But it looks like that's going to be it. Crumbling out. Army losses overwhelming the Vampire Count forces. And that's going to be a GG. Yeah, I think my biggest problem there was just really not enough anti-large power. I don't know if a Terror Goose is the right answer or Blood Knights or what, but in any case, I mean, I thought the Coast were going to be in trouble there, but I guess that shows how much I don't know about the undead matchups, because clearly this build did very well for himself. Very good kills on the Rotting Leviathans, very good kills on the Necrofex Colossus, and these 2 lords just super tanky, and the Gunnery Wight applying that constant range pressure on top of the Vampire Lord, not to mention the armor-piercing rounds that get fired off of this giant lobster's back. So, time to see if this is going to be the first 2-0 match with Chosen of the Norns proceeding to the finals, or if this is going to be another ace match.